guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is my finale of my project pan from 2018. So I think I started mine around April, maybe April or May. So when I started my project pan, I really started it, I chose products that either were getting close to expiring, I had for a while and I needed to use up, or products that I wanted to see how long it would take to get through them. Throughout the year, as I did my project pan videos, I kind of had a rolling project pan, so I added new things as I used up other things. So I actually have quite a few things that I got through in 2018. Something you will not see in a project pan of mine is eyeshadow palettes. And I don't think I did highlighters either because I'm not ever going to pan an eyeshadow. I'm just not. Now, yeah, I just don't think I am. I was going to say, well, maybe if, but it's probably not going to happen. I am going to be starting my Shop My Stashes, and I wanted to get this project pan up before I started my Shop My Stash videos because I wanted to clear these products out. I'm really excited for those Shop My Stash videos. I already kind of have an idea of what products I want to put in the first round of them. So let's go ahead and get into this project pan finale. Before we get started, I do have my 1-year giveaway up right now. I would love it if you guys got entered into that. I'll put a link right up here where you can check out the video where I have all the different products in there, and then a link down below where you guys can get entered into that. So be sure to check this video out after you watch this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do this by category. So I'm going to start out with setting sprays. Some of these you will have already seen in previous videos, but I'm just going to go over everything that I panned in 2018 by categories. All of these are empty and I'm really glad. So I originally started out, I think, with these two in it, and the reason was this was like the original setting spray that I purchased probably like 4 years ago, and I'm like, you know what, I just need to get rid of it. It still worked fine. I didn't have any kind of allergic reaction to it, but these were my first two, and then I went ahead and popped these two in it. So I had a Makeup Revolution oil control fixing spray and the Milani Make It Last. I liked both of these just fine. I don't think I would repurchase them because I really like the Morphe one for a drugstore one, and I really like the Urban Decay one for a higher end one. So those are the ones that I would get from now on. But I am really glad that through the project pan, which I also think through a Shop My Stash I could find out, I've really narrowed down certain kinds of products that I like. So I like that about a project pan as well. And then an honorable mention I'm almost done with is the Makeup Revolution Illuminating Fixing Spray. I use this with my shimmery eyeshadows. That's really all I use this for, and I think it works great for it. So for the price of this, I would repurchase it to use with my eyeshadows when I run out of every other fixing spray I have, which is going to be a while. Also, why they are on the no buy list for 2018. I only had one primer in my project pan, and I actually didn't use it all. It was the Smashbox Photo Finish Light one. This one was older, and that's why it went into the project pan. I wanted to use it up, but the past month or so, it's kind of started to smell funny, so it's just going in the garbage. I actually used up quite a few foundations in 2018. There were two that were in my project pan. The first one was the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I wouldn't call this like an overly hydrating foundation because I tend to have oilier skin and I'm able to wear it. But it is harder to wear during the summer when my skin is even more oily. My skin has actually been getting kind of dry this winter, so I've got a replacement of this, so I actually may try to use it. I got it for free, which is why I have it. That will go in a Shop My Stash so I can kind of give you guys an updated thoughts of what I think of it. I had the IT Cosmetics CC Cream Foundation, and I really wanted to use this up because I just don't like getting rid of product, especially something that costs as much as this one does. It is way too hydrating for me. I cannot finish it up. I hated my skin. Not hated my skin. I hated the way my skin looked every time I used it. I just can't. I can't do it. It's going in the garbage. And then these two were not in the project pan, but I did go through two of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundations. One was for the summer in the 103, one was a 102 for the more lighter toned months, and I do have a repurchase of this that I'm going through right now. I don't know how, but concealers was my biggest area of panning this year. I went through all of these concealers. I don't really feel like I conceal that much, but apparently, I don't know, I go through them fast. So I'm going to tell you all the ones I went through. You know what, I'm actually going to start with this one. This was the stick concealer. This I use for like face correction, you know, when I have blemishes and stuff. I went through my sheer cover concealer. I really like that one as well. I really like a creamier, like stick kind of formula or creamier pan formula for my face because I feel like I get better coverage. And then I like a more liquidy one for under my eyes because I feel like it doesn't crease as much. So, and then the one that is currently in my project pan that is, it's just the one I'm using right now. I don't have a replacement for this, so I will need to get one. This is the Collab No Flaws Cream Concealer. I love this one. I would repurchase this one. You get it at Sally Beauty. So those were my, oh, I guess, did I show you guys this one? Yeah, so this one totally gone. I actually dug that one out. I liked it so much. It was the Tarte, I didn't even tell you what that was. It was the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof 12-Hour Concealer. So loved that one. It is just so much more expensive than the Collab one, and they are very similar in formula and what they do for coverage, so I don't need to purchase that Tarte one again. I actually finished up this Benefit Erase Paste. I've had this for so long. I did already replace it. You are going to see it in, or you saw it in my 2018 favorites. I love it. So I can't believe I finally finished that one off. But that's my salmon-y one that I use before I use a foundation like a shade lighter than my skin tone. So what do we have here? 2 Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I have one in light that I use during the winter or summer, and one in fair that I use during the winter months. These are older, so I had already started using them. And actually that's true for all of these. All of these are products that I had already started using, which is why they were in my project pan. I wanted to use them up. These I would repurchase. They are really great if you're starting to get fine lines because they have good coverage, but they also are a thinner formula, so they don't crease as much in the under eye fine lines. The next one I have is a Ulta Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. I use this in Light Cool. I believe that is the lightest shade they have, and I have already repurchased that. It's the one that I'm using right now. The Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Concealer in Fair. I also think that's the lightest one, and I have already repurchased that one as well. Both of these two went in my 2018 favorites. And then the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer, I have that in 01. Probably the lightest shade. There might be one lighter. Really like that one as well. And the Naked Skin from Urban Decay. I had that in a trial size in the light. I know everyone loves this, but I feel like it oxidizes a bit. And I couldn't really find a shade that worked really well for me. So that, I don't know that I would repurchase that because it's not my favorite. So, I mean, that was like a lot of concealers. That was a lot. For eyeshadow primers, I had the Mica Beauty eye primer is what it is. I really like this because it cancels out a lot of color on your skin, but I found that this just got to be so old that it was kind of like pilling up on my eyes. So that I am just throwing away and not finishing it up. And then I had the Ulta Beauty Matte Eyeshadow Primer. This is one of my favorites, but I have several eyeshadow primers, so I just wanted to go through one. I'm almost done with this one, as you can see, so I just have a little bit more use out of that. For under eye setting powders, so I used up my Makeup Forever HD powder. I use this as an under eye setting powder. And then I also used up the Becca Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder. I didn't intend for this to be in a project pan, but it's just what I used all the time, and I ended up using it up. I actually took off the sifter so I could get everything out of it, and then I put some Dermablend powder in there just because I like having a smaller I like having a smaller container for my under eye setting powder. Definitely, I would repurchase that. I loved it. For bronzer, I used up the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. I like that for the summer. I don't think I would repurchase it because I just have other bronzers that I like better. This was not in my project pan, but it's fun seeing things that have hit pan. So this is my butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. This is not part of the project pan. I'm going to be very sad when it's gone because it's my favorite. And I think bronzers is on my only buy if they are all used up for 2019 for my low buy. So I will be sad when that one is gone. I only put one blush in my project pan. It's very hard for me to pan something like a blush because I have so many of them and I like using all of them that I have. And I hit pan on this, I almost used it up, and I found that like this outer parts here, they're almost so light that you can barely see them on the skin. It's almost kind of like a blush topper now, and I'm not a huge blush topper fan, so that one I'm done with. I gave it to my daughters to play with, so done with that. This Smashbox one, this is the Photo Filter Creamy Powder Foundation in number 2 from Smashbox. This has been in my project pan from the beginning. It is the only thing that I use to set my face with, and it's still, I just only recently hit pan on it. So that's a pretty, I mean, that's got a lot of product in it if that's the case. Now I do only set in this area, but I love that one and I would definitely repurchase that. For brow products, this also ended up being a rolling category, I guess. So the first products that were in my project pan for brows were the Gimme Brow from Benefit, and that's a full size. I used that up. I love this one, but I also have found a drugstore one that I like just as well. And I had in the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This was a deluxe size sample, and I have repurchased this. One of my favorite brow products ever, but I used all that one up. And I had It Cosmetics Your Brow But Better in Universal Taupe, I think. Used all of that one up. And after I used those, I popped some more in my project pan. And I've also used that one up. So one was the ColourPop Brow Boss in light brown. And that one is all gone as well. I do really enjoy this one. These are just all skinny brow products. And then I had another Your Brow But Better from It Cosmetics. I didn't really think I liked it when I first started using it, but I ended up really liking it after a while. And I have to say, the one I'm using now is the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I'm not a big fan of that one. So that will probably go in a Shop My Stash so I can kind of see if I end up liking it more. But compared to all the other ones that I used, I like all the other ones I used better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. So there you go. Remember when that was like the brow product to have? There are ones that are better. For mascara, those didn't go in my project pan because those expire so frequently anyway that I do a mascara swap out on my channel. I actually probably need to do one of those coming up because I think it's been quite a while since I did one. So that's what I do for mascaras. And then I've got 2 liners. I used up the Lorac Front of the Line Pro Liquid Liner and the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. This is one of my favorites, and I've repurchased this over and over again, and I will continue to repurchase it. That's the Lorac one. The Stila one was a felt tip. This one's okay. It wasn't my favorite, probably wouldn't repurchase it. I had several lipsticks in my project pan for 2018, and I'll tell you what I learned about that. I cannot have a lipsticks in my project pan because I don't know where half of them are. I take them and throw them in a purse, and then they get put somewhere else, or they get stuck in my car and I lose them. Anyways, I'll show you what I have so far. This one I actually did pan. This is the Ulta Lip Butter in French Kiss. Love, love, love that formula. They don't make it anymore. This one I did not project pan. This is the Ulta. Here's what it looks like. It's from their nude collection. 260 is what it says. And then I also did pan this Clinique one. The reason that I put some of these in here was because they are colors that I really, really like, but they were getting old and I needed to go through them. So this one was Naked from the CK1 line, and they don't make these anymore either. I'm really sad about it. These two had very similar formulas to them. But the L'Oreal Colory Shine is also pretty similar to these formulas, so I'm glad I found those. I just wanted to pan these because I didn't want to have to throw them out because I love the colors so much of them, so that's why those were put into my project pan. That is everything for my project pan from 2018. So now moving forward into 2019, I'm not sure if I'm going to have a project pan or not. I'm kind of thinking I might, but it probably won't start for about a month or so because I really want to go through my products. If I have enough products that there's products getting ready to expire or probably have already expired, but I love them and want to use them, then I'll put those in a project pan. I may end up putting some products that I didn't have in 2018 project pan, like a blush or highlighter, to see how long it takes to pan them. So those are my main reasons for project panning, are to see how long it takes to go through a product. And I think that helps. Like concealers, I had no idea that it took me so short of a time to go through concealer. Same with brow products. And I thought like with this one, it would take me way longer, but now I know that I don't need to have a bunch of these in backups because it takes me a long time to get through a powder foundation. Whereas if a concealer is on sale, I can go ahead and grab it because I know I'm going to go through those a lot faster. So I think a project pan helps to see the length of time it takes you to get through things, so you know okay. If you love makeup, you know what I'm saying when I say you know, so then you know how many products you need to have on backup. If you don't as much, you're going to be like, why do you need to have backup products? But if we're on the same wavelength, then you get it, okay? But then, you know, it would be kind of cool to know how long it actually takes to hit pan on something like a blush or a highlighter or even like a lip liner or an eyeliner, things like that. So I may end up doing one just to kind of analyze those kinds of things a bit more. For sure though, I am so excited for the Shop My Stash because I have so many products that I just want to really dig into and see what my thoughts are about them and share those with you guys. So that is going to be coming either the end of January or beginning of February will be my first one, depending on when this video gets put up. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this Project Pan finale. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!